There's a moment almost everyone remembers. You're in a room, maybe at work, maybe with family, maybe with people you don't fully trust. Someone says something unfair, something ignorant, something that doesn't sit right with you. Your chest tightens, your mind races, and inside you feel this pressure to explain yourself, to defend, to clarify, to prove that you're not wrong, that you're not weak, that you're less than how they see you. So you talk, you explain, you justify, you give reasons, you give context, you give history. And when you finally stop speaking, the room feels quieter, but not in a good way. Something strange happens. People don't respect you more, they don't understand you better, they don't suddenly see your side. Instead, you feel smaller, not because what you said was wrong, but because you needed to say it. Most people never realize this. Respect doesn't come from how well you explain yourself. It comes from how little you feel the need to. There's a certain type of person everyone notices. They don't rush to speak. They don't fill silence. They don't react immediately. They listen, they observe, they pause. And somehow, without raising their voice, without winning arguments, without convincing anyone, people take them seriously. Not because they're louder, but because they're grounded. Silence, when used correctly, is not weakness, it's authority. The mistake most people make is thinking silence means submission. It doesn't. Silence means choice. It means you're not controlled by every comment, every opinion, every misunderstanding. It means you decide what deserves your energy. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The more you explain yourself, the more people subconsciously believe you owe them an explanation. And when you act like you owe something, people treat you like you're below them. This is not about arrogance, it's about self-respect. People who talk too much are not seen as confident, they're seen as anxious. Anxious to be understood, anxious to be accepted, anxious to be validated. And anxiety leaks through words. You can hear it in the tone, you can feel it in the pace, you can sense it in the urgency. Confidence moves differently. Confidence doesn't rush. Confidence doesn't chase agreement. Confidence doesn't argue with every misunderstanding, because confidence knows something most people forget. Not everyone deserves access to your inner world. Not everyone deserves the full explanation, the backstory, the reasons, the emotions. Some people are not confused, they're just not aligned with you. And explaining yourself to the wrong people is not clarity, it's self-betrayal. Think about the people you respect most. Really think. Are they the ones constantly talking, constantly explaining, constantly defending their decisions? Or are they the ones who speak rarely, but when they do, the room shifts? They don't interrupt, they don't overreact, they don't overshare. They choose their words carefully. And more importantly, they're comfortable with being misunderstood. That's the level most people never reach. Being misunderstood and still standing firm. Not correcting every false assumption, not chasing every opinion, not bending just to be liked. That calm is powerful because it sends a message without words. I know who I am. I don't need to convince you. And when you stop explaining yourself, something changes in how people treat you. They listen more carefully. They think twice before speaking. They sense boundaries even if you never stated them. Silence creates weight, but only when it's backed by self-belief. This doesn't mean you become cold or distant or emotionless. It means you become selective. You stop talking to be understood by everyone and start speaking only where it matters.
There's a reason powerful people don't reveal everything, not because they're secretive, but because they understand value. When everything is available, nothing is respected. The same applies to your words. When you explain everything, people stop listening. When you explain nothing unnecessary, people lean in. There's also another truth most people avoid. Over-explaining is often a trauma response. It comes from a past where you weren't heard, where you had to justify your feelings, where your boundaries were questioned. So you learned to explain more, to clarify more, to prove more. But the past is not your present, and you don't have to keep auditioning for understanding. You are allowed to say less. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to let people sit with uncertainty. Strong people are not afraid of silence. Weak people are, because silence forces others to confront their own thoughts, and that makes them uncomfortable. So they push you to talk, to explain, to fill the gap. But when you don't, they respect you more. Not consciously, subconsciously, because they sense control. They sense self-trust. They sense that you are not easily moved. And here's where most people get it wrong. They think saying less means doing less. It doesn't. You can be deeply competent, highly skilled, exceptionally prepared, and still speak minimally. Your presence speaks. Your consistency speaks. Your results speak. Words become optional. That's why people who are still trying to prove themselves talk the most, and people who are secure talk the least. Not because they're hiding, but because they've already arrived internally. There's also power in letting others reveal themselves. When you stay quiet, people talk. They expose their insecurities, their assumptions, their intentions. You learn more by listening than you ever will by explaining. And when you finally speak, it lands differently, because now your words are rare, and rare things are valued. This shift doesn't happen overnight. At first, silence feels uncomfortable, like you're losing control. But you're not. You're gaining it. You're breaking the habit of seeking approval through explanation. You're stepping into a different kind of confidence, the kind that doesn't need witnesses, the kind that doesn't need applause, the kind that doesn't panic when misunderstood, because you know something important. People's opinions change constantly. Your self-respect shouldn't. So the next time you feel that urge, that pressure to explain yourself, pause. Ask yourself, do I actually need to say this, or am I trying to feel safe? And if it's the second, say nothing. Let the silence work for you. Because when you stop explaining yourself, you don't lose respect. You gain it. Quietly, naturally, without trying. Subscribe to Rise Together. We grow quietly, but we grow strong.